So have you heard of a death box? Now I'm not talking about a coffin. I'm talking about a place where you store all the important details of your life, both financial and your personal wishes. So picture this rather morbid scene. You've been in an accident and died suddenly. The police have turned up at your door and informed your family that you're gone. What happens next? Perhaps there's bills due. Perhaps the credit card statement's due soon. Perhaps there's an item that you've recently reserved and now needs paying for. Maybe your child is waiting for the gift that you promised them to help them finance their first home. There's always going to be something that needs to be done financially. You were probably on top of everything and knew which money was coming out of which account, but does your family know? So this is where a death box can help. I'm Carl Roberts, Chartered Financial Planner at RTS Financial Planning. So what's inside a death box? Well, a death box should contain all the important records and instructions that you wish to leave your family members, your loved ones. So this could include things like details of your bank accounts, your investments, your pensions, perhaps details of preferred tradespeople, so people that your loved ones can contact should something go wrong in the house, for example, or something goes wrong in the car. Perhaps they're not used to dealing with this kind of thing. Details of bills, when and who they should be paid to and which account money should come from. A list of trusted advisors, perhaps your solicitor, a financial planner, an accountant. It should probably have copies of your important legal documents like your wills, your wishes, powers of attorney, trusts if you've set them up. Also, evidence of any loans that you've got in place, money that you owe to people, but more importantly, money that is owed back to you. It's clear instructions that are going to make your loved one's life easier if you're gone. Remember, they're going to be dealing with the stress of coping, with loss without you. So anything you can do to make their life easier is going to really, really help at that difficult time. Now, of course, a death box could be a physical box that you store all of this information in. But clearly there's going to be security risks with this, and also potentially damage could occur to the box. So if you are going to go for the physical option, I would recommend a really good secure safe. Invest in a good secure safe, but make sure your family definitely know the code to that safe. Alternatively, nowadays there's a few companies out there that offer an online storage vault that's specifically designed to give your loved ones details of what to do once you've gone. So that could be a good option if your loved ones are savvy with technology and are happy to look at things online. So while we're on this rather horrible subject of death and planning for death, why not take it a step further and make planning around your death even more thorough? So there's a number of things you should have in place to make your loved one's life easier and more financially better off. So the first one is always get your will sorted out. Everyone should have a will. If you're over 18, you should have a will in place. Even if your estate's relatively straightforward, it's a way of you ensuring your wishes are carried out. Make sure the money goes to the right people at the right time. So get your will sorted initially. Along with your will, you may look at setting up trusts. So trusts could sort of sit alongside your will, and they could be a really good way to protect your wealth and pass it down the family bloodline. And they could also have inheritance tax benefits as well. So if you're going to sort out your will, look at sorting out trusts as well if you've got the estate and complications that merits it. Next, look at a lasting power of attorney. Now, this is not strictly needed for death because lasting powers of attorney work if something happens to you during your lifetime. So if you lose your mental capacity, perhaps through illness or perhaps in an accident, then a lasting power of attorney is a document that's going to allow you to say who you want to manage your affairs should you not be able to. So a really important document to be put in place as well. Pensions. So pensions are likely to be one of your biggest assets. They are not dealt with via your will, so it's really important that you complete an expression of wish form for every pension that you hold, where you specifically state who you nominate as your beneficiaries of that pension. Again, it just clears everything up. Everyone knows what money should go where. Also, funeral costs. Funeral costs are now very expensive. Obviously, if it's a sudden death, you've gone suddenly, your family are not prepared, they may not have easy access to funds to even pay for your funeral. So, why not help them out a bit? Why not set aside a fund for a funeral, or even take out, a good funeral plan from a legitimate provider? Again, it's just making your loved one's life easier. And finally, don't forget about inheritance tax. More and more people are being caught by inheritance tax now. The government are really enjoying, taking more and more money off people when they die. So really understand your inheritance tax position. What is going to be the bill that your loved one's going to have to pay to be able to access the rest of your money that's left over? Now's the time to do some inheritance tax planning, because whilst you're alive, there's stuff you can do to ensure that you reduce your bill for your loved ones. So all this stuff is going to take a bit of time to get together and get organised. But trust me, your loved ones are going to thank you for it in the long run. Clearly, if you need any assistance with any of this, we'd be happy to help. And you'll find our contact details on our website, rtsfinancialplanning.co.uk. Thank you.